Alright everybody, I just wanted to put on a quick tutorial of how I make my salads. This is a very healthy and easy salad to make. So just kind of want to give you the quick rundown of what I do. This doesn't add any sort of olive oil, any other type of dressing. This is all just natural whole foods that you can get from the store. Something easy to make. So first thing you want to do is you just want to, normally what I do for every lunch, I buy a bowl like this because it's just easy to mix with. And what you want to do is just, I buy spinach. I like the way it tastes. I feel like it's got a meatier texture to it versus like your iceberg lettuce, which can get kind of watery. So I normally fill about half the bowl with spinach. The rest of it is basically just adding items to it. Certain things I like to do, so I like to add shiitake mushrooms. I've used the button ones. I just like to taste this shiitake. Normally what I do is I will, instead of just putting them on their whole, because I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms, but I eat them because they're healthy and it adds substance to my salad. But I'll just normally take it, do a quick chop of a handful of mushrooms. I'm putting a little bit more this time because I'm not putting any chicken or fish on the salad. But what you want to do is just give a rough chop, and you can leave them whole if you'd like. But I do not. Sometimes I just like to not know that I'm eating them, and but it's a good way to get these into your diet. So, and since they're raw, they don't have the best taste. I'm not a huge fan of them. Cook them with some olive oil, they're great. So what you want to do is throw those in there, and then I normally will put some sort of bell pepper. I like the red bell pepper. I put green. This red's sweeter, tastes a lot better. So I have red bell pepper here. What I'll do is I'll take it on the side and just cut around, cut a little piece off at a time, and then just cut strips and just throw it in there. And this is a salad that doesn't take much time to prepare. It's basically just throwing a lot of things in a bucket. The hardest thing, I guess, would be to make sure that you have these groceries in stock. So you got to keep constantly going to the grocery store. So I mean, I live close. I live within a few blocks of a grocery store, so it's easy for me to always go to the grocery store. It takes me 10, 20 minutes out of my day just to run by the grocery store. So I'm constantly going. If you live farther away, this could be a little bit more difficult because you're gonna have to buy more vegetables in bulk, and they can kind of go bad on you. Other thing I like to add is almonds. You can buy the pre-cut ones. I just buy them whole. I do have a mortar and pestle to where I can grind them up in. I've done it before, but I just find it easier just to take a handful and throw it in. One thing I do add for fruit, I do put dried cranberries in. I have put apples in before. It's good. I put in oranges, apricots, pretty much any type of fruit or vegetable. And this is something you can change up, but this is my kind of daily routine. This is what I normally eat for lunch. Really healthy, fills you up. You don't feel stuffed afterwards, and you don't feel disgusting, actually. You feel great. Makes you feel good. Go back the second half of the day at work. Just ready to go. So now, at the beginning of the video, I said I do not actually use any sort of salad dressing. So this is how I compensate. What I do is I normally take a whole avocado, just because I don't like it turning brown in the fridge. And but you could probably use half an avocado and that'd be fine. Best way that I do this, excuse me. Best way I do this, I just actually take it, and what I do is I'm actually making a dressing with just avocado and salsa. So it adds the moisture and then the fat from the avocado. And I don't even actually, I mix this all up in the salad right before I eat it. So I just chop up the avocado so it becomes almost a paste, or just a really rough chop. And out of all the salads I've seen, I've never really seen anybody do it this way. So basically what I'll just chop it up till it's small enough. And then I just add that to the salad. And when I go to mix this right before lunch, it will turn into this cream kind of salad dressing that will coat all the vegetables. Some things you can add to give it a little bit more flavor, because this can lack a little bit in flavor. It doesn't taste horrible, but it's not the best tasting thing you'll ever have. I kind of eat this more for nutrition and health, but you can go get like types of hot salsa, any sort of seasoning you can mix in with the salsa, and it can give a whole new flavor to the salad. There's actually a small little Mexican restaurant near me that sells their own pureed red chili salsa. It's amazing, and it completely makes this dish taste like something you get out of a restaurant. But what I do for the salsa is, because I don't want the juice to soften the vegetables, I don't want the spinach to get wilted. So what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll put it in a little plastic baggie. I went out and I just bought 300 of these small twisty bags. They're just like $2, and it'll last me. The last time I bought this, it lasted me a full year and a half. So 300 bags to a box is really expensive. And then what I used to do is I actually made my own salsa, just fresh salsa. I didn't cook anything. I just took a whole bunch of tomatoes, bell peppers, onions, and some cilantro, and I just made my own salsa. And you can do that too, but just for the time's sake, it's so much easier just to buy salsa. And I normally go with this Gretchen Fresh Gourmet salsa. It's just more fresh. I like the Picante, and I like the other brands, but they're just kind of pasty, and you feel like when you eat those vegetables like they've been sitting in the can for like 2 years. So I prefer this, and they've got a lot of different flavors. So right now I'm using this garlic, which is going to add flavor. And so basically what I do is I'll pile a whole bunch into a little baggie. And if you make salsa, it'll be a lot less expensive, because this cost me $3.50 for this container, and so I'll go through this whole container in about 3 to 4 days. So it is a lot more expensive, but you can just buy your own tomatoes, make your own salsa. It's pretty good. Just add some lime juice to it. Makes a whole lot of a difference, and some salsa. And then I don't even use a twisty tie. I stick it in the container, and I put the lid over it, and it just keeps it sealed. And then when I go to eat it, I'll open that up, I'll pour it in, and then I'll just mix it around, and I'll eat the salad. And to most people, this looks like a huge salad, which it is, but really 90% of it is just vegetables. 95% is vegetables. I mean, the only really unhealthy maybe would be the avocado, which if you talk to any health person, they just talk about how great and healthy avocado is, because it's healthy fat. So here's my quick tutorial. I don't know if anybody out there was looking for new or healthy ways to eat lunch. It's quick. It takes thinking out of it. You don't have to worry about what you're going to eat every day, which is great. Choices is what gives me in trouble. if I have choices between a good thing or a bad thing, I end up picking the bad thing. So I just say, hey, I'm gonna eat this every single day. And that's what I eat. And I really don't get sick of it. You can change it up, make things a little bit different, experiment. So thank you. Thanks for watching, and have a good one. Bye.